Hi there. Today we're going to talk about implied ratios. Implied ratios is not a difficult subject to talk about, and you've probably been doing it for a while, you just don't even realize it. We're going to use problem solving or solving word problems to think about implied ratios. And here's our very first word problem. And yes, I do want you to write these down. If 6 bales of hay are needed to feed 40 herd of cattle, 40 head, a herd of cattle, but there's 40 head per day, how many bales are needed to feed 50 head of cattle per day? Okay, biggest thing about these is just getting the ratio set up correctly. Okay, 6 bales feeds 40. X bales, we don't know how many, feeds 50. Bales on the top, heads on the bottom, bales on the top, heads on the bottom. We got 6 bales for 40 cows, X bales for 50 cows, cross multiply, solve for X. 6 times 50 equals 40 times X. 300 equals 40X. Divide by 40, you can take 1 0 out. You end up with 30 over 4, which ends up to be 7.5 bales. It would take 7.5 bales to feed 50 head of cattle. Pretty straightforward, not too difficult. Okay, so going on, if we go shopping and 7 pens cost $2.10, how much would 78 pens cost? Wow, that's a big jump. Both ways work. Excuse me. You could divide and then multiply. And if you did that, you would take $2.10 and divide it by 7, and you would find that each pen is 30 cents each. Take 30 times 78, which is the number of pens, and you would get $23.40. That would be your answer. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it would be to set it up in a ratio. Okay, 7 pens cost $2.10. 78 pens cost X dollars. We would do as we've done before. We would cross product, cross to multiply. 7X equals 78 times 210. 7X equals 163.80. Divide both sides by 7. And guess what? You get 23.40, which incidentally was the same as we got over here. So, depending on the situation, sometimes it's quicker to just divide and multiply, and sometimes it's better to do what we did on the front. On the first page, it's set up in proportion and cross multiplication. Just depends on the situation. Whatever you do, you probably better check and make sure that both ways yield the same answer. Okay, third example. If Joan rode her horse 6 miles in 40 minutes, how many miles would she be able to ride in 75 minutes? Okay, now dividing this one probably doesn't work quite as well. I think setting it up in a ratio really works the best for this one. We have 6 miles in 40 minutes. How many miles in 75 minutes? Notice miles on the top, minutes on the bottom, miles on the top, minutes on the bottom. Again, write this example down because it is kind of like one that you're going to see on the quiz. 40 times X, cross multiply, equals 6 times 75. I did my work here on the side. 6 times 75 is 450. Divide both sides by 40. This turns into your well-chosen one. This ends up to be 45 over 4. How many miles would she be able to ride in 75 minutes? 11.25 or 11 1/4. And here's my work over here for my division. Okay? Not too bad. Okay, your challenge problem, if you should choose to do so. If it takes Jan 2 hours to bike 16 miles, how long would it take her to bike 30 miles? You must show the ratio and give the answer to get the credit. I hope this was helpful. You have a great day, and I will talk to you later.